Yeah.
It is 7 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. Could I get a roll call, please?
Call roll. Mr. Jacobs.
Here.
Mr. Patrick.
Here.
Ms. Colvin.
Here.
All present and accounted for.
And if you've not signed in on our guest sheet, please do so in the back. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes of the October 4th meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the last meeting.
I will second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Any additions, removals, or disclosures from the posted agenda?
I have none.
I have none.
Hearing none. Citizens' comments? Hearing none. Road Department report, Mr. Camry, good evening.
Good evening, board. Not a whole lot to report. Just we're finishing up mowing for the year. I'm going to make one more kind of cleanup around. A lot of the farmers around have been getting their crops harvested, so we make that last pass and get any of those hairs that they don't get. Plus, that we got the new tractor yesterday. Took delivery of it. I've got it hooked up to the bush hog, and I'm going to give it a little run through.
What a nice tractor.
So, yeah, Darryl stopped down when he picked up the bills and whatnot, so we're going to give it a shot. I look to try to do that either late this week, going into next week. Getting it finished, just a touch-up around down here in the south mainly, because we had a little bit of rain and then the warm weather and everything, and it's a little more hairy down here than it is up in the north. So, and then I've got about a half mile, maybe not even a half mile, about a quarter-mile road up in Sandy Run to finish crack seal, which probably beginning of next week. I went and picked up a skid of crack seal material today, but we're looking at some warmer temperatures Monday and Tuesday of next week, so I'm going to try to get that.
What's the high-low range where you can do that?
I mean, I can get it down. I mean, I did it in November one year with snow flying. But I like to have it a little bit warm, ambient temperature in the daytime so traffic can kind of beat it in. You know, I'm using a different material than what I was, and I told the guys, you know, we're trying to keep it a little thinner, you know, as far as band width and thickness. That way we don't plow it off when we plow snow. So crack sealing, mowing, the tractor's here, and we're gearing up to, you know, working on getting trucks saddled up for the impending doom. Winter is coming.
Yeah, it is. It's here.
I got a picture on my phone that a colleague of mine sent me from Fort Wayne from this morning.
Yeah.
About 1.5 inches.
Wow.
That actually stuck to the road.
I heard they had some areas.
That
I don't
actually
know what
stuck to
area
the
they was
road.
talking about this morning on the news, but they was talking about maybe 6 inches in areas.
His comment was, "It's way too early for this crap." So, at any rate, that's all I have.
Sir, any questions for Mr. Camry?
Thanks for your help with the hill climbs and Sauerkraut Festival and all the
Oh,
festivities.
no
Yes.
problem. Getting the booth signs down is also on the agenda as well. So that shouldn't take but an hour or two, so.
I checked with them today, they've got to call into AES for disconnecting the temporary meters.
Oh, okay.
Do we have any contacts with AES?
You know what, I might just
So
wait
a
on,
few days
That would
and
be
that way
neat.
maybe you can do it all at once.
very good.
If not, at least try to get them
I was
Friday.
in constant communication when they were getting installed.
I'm sure.
They do remember the one at Miami Street, right? Leave it on
The Miami Street one?
for the 10th. They still do the 10th, Christmas in
Yes.
the Village.
Yes.
Okay, so that's when it stayed there then. Okay.
It usually stays in that.
At least that's what I sent into the office that I remember. I said anything else changes.
We have a meeting this week with the chamber, right?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay. Okay, thank you.
Well, just keep me in the loop on that, guys, if you don't care. But I am I guess as a little caveat, I am going out of town Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Scotty's taking some time going south.
It's gonna be nice.
Now's the time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Enjoy it.
Nice here.
Yeah, that's what I'll say, wait till it gets colder again.
Yeah, well,
It's
yeah.
gonna
I
be
know.
nicer there.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
You bet.
Fire department report, good evening, Chief Shear.
Good evening, just a little touch up, WTFD did good in their booth, they sold all but 4 bags of sauerkraut balls. The festival went well, it was here and gone before you know it. The new squad's been delivered and set behind the firehouse, and I have not accepted it. We've got a couple issues working through with the dealer, department's wrong in it, exhaust tip, a few items, but it's not bad, so I'm not ready to accept it yet. Gov deals, all the items have been paid for, got 2 things that are being picked up yet. Address signs, I think so far we've sold about 9 address, maybe a 10th one maybe today. Even one of them was a lady that lived in Clear Creek Township on Olivia Court. That gets the magazine. So, that means that people's read them, so.
Good.
And then I brought in 6 yard signs if anybody's interested in you, so.
Congratulations, System of the Year.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. That was pretty impressive.
Well, and you know, as Citizen of the Year, I mean, I think even your attention to detail, like with the squad here, you know, before accepting it, you're making sure all the, you know, the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and.
Found in the past, once they get their check, it's,
Well, they're done, yeah.
it's hard to, so, when they start calling wanting their check, and then I say, hey, it's still in your their parking lot, you should have dropped it off, so. So Dan's a little bit shook with it, but he'll figure it out.
Right.
Any questions for Chief?
None.
None. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And zoning department report, good evening, Ms. Lowy.
Good evening. So I do have an update regarding the recycle rally. The school has accepted the date, so it's officially on the calendar for April 29th. I've contacted Waynesville, waiting for an answer about their rumpy trucks and the drug take bullet back. And also contacted LCNB about paper shredding, and they said they'd get back to me on that as well. As I said here, we were pretty fortunate to secure the tire collection. When I contacted them, they only had funding left for 1 event until next summer, so time that.
Great.
Perfect.
Good.
And that's all for now.
All right.
And special thanks again, Stacy, for your work on the magazine. Turned out great.
Yeah, Jim.
So thanks for all your work. Any other questions, concerns from Ms. Lowy?
Yeah.
Hearing none. Administrator's report, good evening, Mr. Edwards.
Good evening, board. First item on my report was I went back to COVID just due to the fact that we finally, one county's joined the surrounding counties by dropping down into the green category of the cases per 1,000. So all of Southwest Ohio is in good shape at this point. Still having, some positive cases. I know that fire department, they go out on, there's still, still quite a few, but at least we're in the green. I want to go ahead and repeat this second item because I think it's worthy. Just due to the fact that we are putting this out to the residents. Citizen of the Year. I'm very proud that one of our own employees, Chief Paul Shear, was a recipient of this year's Lions Club Citizen of the Year Award at the opening ceremonies at the 52nd Annual Ohio Sauerkraut Festival on Saturday, October 8, 2022. Paul has served our community since 1981. He's been chief in the fire department for the past 19 years. He has shown his dedication and his commitment to this community in many ways, and is well deserving of this award. It's been an honor working with him and a pleasure working with him, and just wish him best in the future and hope he continues on. And congratulations, Chief Shear.
Yes, congratulations.
But yeah, put me by surprise. Really was a surprise.
Kind of watching the sidelines, I thought, I don't think he knows what's going on.
No,
Was you up there too?
Yes.
I didn't. I was up talking to Gus and the
I noticed
fire
that.
guy, and
Gus kept you distracted pretty good until the time it was right.
Couldn't have been a more deserving person. Thank you.
thanks.
US 42, between Winslow Road and 73, is getting some work done by a third-party contractor for tree trimming and pole replacement for the utility lines.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good back in there.
I know it probably won't be to everybody's satisfaction, but they're doing what they need to do for the utility lines and poles.
Yeah, they clear cut it all the way down in there, and setting the poles and then transferring over to the new stuff as well, so it's getting done.
Can you see it in the road pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
You can see it's,
You come back down in
Somewhat.
the backside on that first road off to the right,
Wilkerson?
they have it cleared all the way out. They're able to get a backyard unit in there and set the poles, so,
they've set some of the poles, I
Yeah.
noticed today when I came by.
good job.
Yeah.
Get it done.
So, and like I say, for the rest of the trees that may still be leaning toward the road, yeah, I've been trying to take more notice as I drive around. You know, we've got them everywhere. They're gonna come down when they wanna come down,
Yeah, they're.
at least I'm expecting. I know during the Sauerkraut Festival, we had one go across the avenue, and I had to run over to pick up some stuff real quick at Dollar General, and I was happy to see that as soon as on my way back, there was already a guy there in a pickup truck, saw with his chainsaw out, and he was cleaning it up for us, so.
Oh, nice. Somebody needed some firewood, huh?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
Was
those-
that right there by the bridge?
By the
Yeah,
culvert.
the
Yeah,
culvert,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But somebody, I mean, it never got reported, and so somebody pulled it off the road. I mean, it was a decent size too. And then, you know, laid there and they cut it up the next morning. Email server, I'm assuming Steve didn't have any problem with that. It seemed to get back up real quick, so.
I checked it one time, it was down, next thing you know, it was up and running again,
Yeah,
so.
so that's, you know, again, just a reminder for Steve Cock, he does a wonderful job of taking care of us. He was really worried about this one, and it may take a while to get back up, but it didn't. Road department stuff, Scott's already covered that. Township Association, next meeting, I'll take your dinner reservations, if you want me to call them in for you. And that'll be on November 10th. We'll have another meeting before that on the 1st. I'll remind you then. Safety Council this Friday, October 21st. We got that special training that anyone's welcome to attend down at the YMCA in Lebanon. Suicide prevention training, and it's being put on by Chad Dunlap, a national renowned speaker. And so if anybody wants to attend, be happy to have you go. You know, Paul, if you can swing it, or have anybody that, I think it'd be helpful if somebody on the department may get something out of it, if they want to attend. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to report.
Any questions for Mr. Edwards?
I do not.
Thank you, Paul.
Mr. Edwards, as always, thank you for everything you do. It's always appreciated.
Yeah, Paul, yes.
Okay, and we decided with Steve Cox that we were gonna migrate to the Exchange, or the Microsoft managed server. Is that in the works?
Yeah, I think you just get ready to do it first of the year or something like that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It just becomes so much work.
We-
There's so many
Oh,
hacks and viruses, whatever you call them, and it's just too much to maintain, and
well, and
a
he,
little bit of a risk.
100%. Okay. So, any old business?
Do not.
Hearing none. New business, any questions or concerns over the bills?
I do not.
I do not.
We have no legislation this evening. Is there any other new business? Hearing none.
I've got one item, and I kind of put it at the bottom of the agenda, and it's just a little did you know. Been doing some research on our levies and some millage around the county, and I know it's tough on people when, you know, you're raising taxes and everything else is going up. Just like we were talking at the beginning of the meeting or before the meeting about comments that we've been receiving and so forth. And, you know, I was approached by a couple people during the Sauerkraut Festival, and, you know, just kind of presented this predicament we're in, is that, you know, we either have to pay somebody to provide these services, or we gotta have people in the community that are willing to volunteer their time and their counts, you know, in order to provide the service. And that was a pretty simple, you know, answer that I gave the individual was, you know, that, you know, you've been around this community, you know it's a volunteer department. If you're not willing, you know, you have not committed the time, so, you know, we're running out of people that are willing to commit the time. And so I think that hit home, and they acknowledged it, and they agreed, and then, you know, it's, you know, it is just that situation. This still is not a answer to all of our needs as far as, you know, we're not going to a full-time department. You know, we still need volunteers. So anybody out there that wants to become a volunteer, please get with Chief Shearer or get with me here at the administration office. We'll get you some information, get you signed up, get you maybe enrolled into a class. Yeah, because we're always going to need volunteers. You know, we can't run all that equipment and provide all those services with just 2 people a day. So you know, we need all the help we can get. It's something that will always be needed. So get involved, I guess.
Very well said.
Yeah, and I think your article in the magazine, Paul, was, you know, yeah, it really explained it pretty well too.
Trying to add some history to it.
Right.
And
Which helped a
we
lot.
help, you know.
Yeah.
And the last thing I had is the residential effect on the millage rate in Wayne Township outside the incorporated villages is only 48.10 mils. So the effective rate is well below the median. You know, if you get over to Clinton, Massey School District, in Massey Township, maybe in Washington Township, you may find some effective millages down in the 30s. But then if you get down in the central part of the county, the southern part of the county, and even the western part of the county, you're going to be looking at effective millages that are up in the 50s and even 60s. So you're at 48.10 mils. You know, our residents, even though they may say their taxes are high, which any tax is high, but compared to everybody else, you know, it truly is not. You know, and if they feel it is, you know, take a chance, go to the auditor's website, look up everybody else's taxes. And also, if you go to the auditor's website, there's a link on there that'll give you a tutorial, give you a YouTube link to the auditor who will explain then how they're assessed and what the effective rate is. And I think I just heard someone call for an emergency, or we would not have had sirens just So if you need help and you want somebody to respond, then yeah, please support, you know, do what you can to help support your community. Thank you very much.
And thank you truly. And you know, I think any taxes are too much taxes. You know, I don't think anybody wants taxes, but we also expect a certain level of service from our governments now, and I do hope the voters will recognize that and recognize our commitment to transparency and fiscal responsibility, and know that you know, we will hold up our end of the bargain if they can hold up theirs. So you know, you mentioned Massey in there, and I think I may be remiss, but I believe Massey has a income tax assessed for their school district.
They may, but I'm not sure of that.
I am pretty sure that's how they fund that, and so that's a lot of what you see based upon property taxes, because they're collecting an income tax.
In the township?
In Massey, yeah.
Or the school district.
The school district, yes.
School districts can pass an income tax in lieu of a property tax.
And so whereas, you know, our 48.1 mils is including the school.
Which is all real estate tax and not property.
Right.
Not income tax.
Correct. So, important distinction there. Proud to live in Wayne Township, proud of our fire department and our road department, zoning, administration. We have a good crew here, and I thank you all. Any correspondence?
I have 3 pieces of correspondence. One of them is from Enbridge, Texas Eastern Transmission, notifying us of the upcoming right-of-way maintenance down there by the road garage. And from Warren County Health District, I have the quarterly report, which covers June through August of 2022. And from Brightspeed, notice that Brightspeed has now taken over what was CenturyLink. Maybe that's why the poles are getting replaced.
Yes.
So that's our new service provider for?
Yes, they said the billing would come in under Brightspeed.
Okay,
Could be, rates won't change, but it's just going to be new ownership.
right.
For now.
Yes.
All right, any other correspondence? Hearing none, elected officials' comments.
Nothing extra special tonight.
No, I think you guys said it all, I think you well stated. Again, congratulations to the chief for Citizen of the Year, it's awesome,
Yeah,
great award,
it is.
well deserving person, definitely. And like I said, same thing too, echo Josh, thank you to our departments as well.
Any need for work session? No executive session. Bearing no further business, I make a motion to adjourn at 7:20.
I'll second.
Okay.
Who was it, Andy?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.